Hello friends, welcome to EduTap. I hope everybody is fine. Today I'm going to discuss about top 5 mistakes that you need to avoid while you are preparing for RBI Grade B. Understanding these mistakes can make the difference whether your preparation is going to be an effective preparation or it is going to be not so effective preparation. So let's start. The number one mistake on my list that you must avoid is selection of irrelevant or redundant sources. Now what do I mean by this? When you start your preparation for any exam, you need to select some sources, right? But those sources shall be relevant for your preparation. I'll give some example. Some people start preparing for quant for RBI Grade B using books which have quant for SSC Railways or IBPSPO. Now these might have exactly the same syllabus which is asked in RBI Grade B, but is the difficulty level same? The answer is no. So you will never be able to adapt to the actual exam if you try to do your preparation of quantitative aptitude or reasoning for books which are meant for other exams. The classic case of not using a relevant source, I would say, is Prasanna Chandra on finance. I'm not arguing that the author is bad. Prasanna Chandra sir is a very good author. I have personally read this book. It's a very good book and a must-do book for everyone who is doing his post-graduation in finance. But question ये है कि क्या ये book relevant है? The answer is no. As RBI has changed its pattern over a period of time, numerical has almost vanished. This book has lost its relevance. अभी इस बुक को पढ़ने का कोई भी फायदा नहीं है मेरे हिसाब से. अगर पढ़ना भी है, it has to be read very selectively. Similarly, I see a lot of people choosing current affairs sources as in magazines which are meant for other exams like IBPSPO or SSC or railways. Again, these might be having some relevant news, but are they covering the full scope of current affairs which are being asked in RBI Grade B? The answer might be no, right? So you need to have one primary source for current affairs and you can use other sources as an additional thing, right? So that was about the relevance of the sources. Now coming to redundancy, what I see is people tend to start reading all the books which are given in the notification. अभी आपकी ESI की जो सोर्सेज हैं जो नोटिफिकेशन में मेंशन है, उमा कपिला, मिशा पुरी, ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट पे देवराज रे, सोशियोलॉजी पे सीएन शंकर राव एंड पब्लिक फाइनेंस केके एंडले एंड सुंदरम. सो मेनी सोर्सेज आर गिवन. क्या आपको इतनी सोर्सेज पढ़नी है, स्पेशली गिवन दैट द पैटर्न ऑफ एग्जाम इज मोर टुवर्ड्स करंट अफेयर्स? द आंसर इज नो. ठीक है, इवन इफ यू रीड वन ऑफ द बुक्स फ्रॉम उमा कपिला एंड मिशा एंड पुरी, आई थिंक दैट शैल बी फाइन. रीडिंग अ बुक ऑन ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट और पब्लिक फाइनेंस, that is totally redundant. Similarly, अगर आप मैनेजमेंट का केस लें, एथिक्स पे 4 सोर्सेज मेंशन्ड हैं. Some people tend to order all these books and start reading them. That is not recommended. Just read one book, that is sufficient for ethics. Similarly, if I try to explain about finance, again in finance they mentioned about monetary theory and public policy book by Kenneth Curia. Is it required? Answer is no. Monetary policy though is a chapter in your syllabus, but you need not go into detail of monetary theory. No. That is not required. You are not applying for any post-graduation entrance exam. You are applying for RBI Grade B. They are going to check you on your basics. Economic growth and development, Mayer and Baldwin. Again, this is just going to be redundant because all these concepts up to the level to which you are required to study, you would have already read in Mishapuri or Uma Kapla, whatever book you are following. ठीक है? तो next question ये आता है कि अब ये sources हम कैसे पता लगाएं कि कौन से अच्छे हैं? For that you need to go through previous year questions in syllabus multiple times. That is the only way जिससे आपको पता लग सकता है कि कौन सा source कितना relevant है. ठीक है? Other one is if you want to make that process fast, use the experience of other people, your mentors or your friends who have already prepared for RBI Grade B. Right? Self experience भी उतना ही अच्छा है जितना कि दूसरों का experience. तो दूसरों का experience use किया जाए और ये पता लगाया जाए कि कौन से sources are relevant and कौन से sources are irrelevant or redundant. We shall also be coming up with list of sources to prepare for RBI Grade B. We are making some detailed videos on this subject, so that is going to be really helpful to you. Next mistake that I want you to avoid is waiting for a push to start your preparation. A very common mistake which most of us do. Everybody amongst us needs a push, but it should not be an external push. It must be an internal push. तो जो भी लोग तैयारी करते हुए ये सोच रहे हैं कि I'll start the preparation for once the notification is out, or I'll quit my job later and then I'll start my preparation, or I need some motivation to start my preparation. Guys, इन रीजंस को छोड़िए, इंटरनल पुश लाइए एंड स्टार्ट योर प्रिपरेशन, ठीक है। जस्ट रिमेंबर, विलिंग इज नॉट एनफ, यू मस्ट डू, ठीक है। एस्पायर कीजिए लेकिन अपने टारगेट को पूरा करने के लिए एफर्ट भी डालिए। द नेक्स्ट मिस्टेक दैट आई वांट यू टू अवॉइड इज बीइंग अफ्रेड टू टेस्ट योरसेल्फ। हमें अपने आप को टेस्ट करना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम, सो एज टू ट्रैक आवर प्रोग्रेस, ठीक है। सो जस्ट टू एलेबोरेट मोर ऑन दैट, आई वांट टू टेल यू व्हाट डू आई मीन बाय दिस। सो मोस्ट ऑफ यू, what they do is they keep on reading and reading and reading. They do not evaluate themselves that how they are making the progress, whether they are able to apply what they have read or what they have understood, right? So I see people do not taking enough phase 1 mocks to see whether they have made any learning out of the content they have read or not, or whether they are able to apply. Similarly, people not practicing enough MCQs for ESI and FM. And last, but I think the most important, this is the most common mistake you guys are going to do now after the pattern has changed, not writing descriptive answers for ESI, FM and English. Descriptive paper hai, but most of the people will keep preparing for the objective part thinking that descriptive to ho jayega. यही गलती पहले इंग्लिश के पेपर में होती थी, यही गलती अगर आप अब भी करेंगे. Now descriptive is 100 for English, 50 for ESI and FM each, that is 200 out of 300. 200 is descriptive. If you are not preparing for descriptive, if your source from which you are preparing is not aligned to descriptive preparation, I think it is going to be really tough, right? Guys, knowledge is not enough, you must apply. जो भी पढ़ते हैं उसको अप्लाई कीजिए, ट्रैक योर प्रोग्रेस, एंड उसी से आप एनालाइज कर पाएंगे वेयर यू आर लैकिंग, वेयर यू नीड टू पुट योर मोर एफर्ट. द फोर्थ मिस्टेक दैट आई वांट यू टू अवॉइड इज नो प्रोएक्टिव प्लानिंग फॉर रिवीजन. When we start our preparation, we make a plan कि ठीक है, we will start today, after 9 months we will complete the syllabus, then maybe notification will come and I will be ready to give the exam. Where is the revision, guys? You would almost be reading, I think not less than say 3,000, 4,000 pages, including ESI, FM, descriptive English, GA, current affairs, then in current affairs schemes and reports. So it is going to be a very hectic task. How will you remember? अंदर मशीन नहीं है, दिमाग ही है, ठीक है. तो रिवीजन को पहले ही प्लान करना बहुत जरूरी है. ट्राई टू मेक अप योर प्लान इन सच अ वे दैट देयर इज सफिशिएंट टाइम फॉर रिवीजन. आई वुड रिकमेंड अ 70-30 रूल. अगर 70 आवर्स आप पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं तो 30 आवर्स यू शैल रिवाइज, ठीक है. ये बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. रिवीजन के बिना you will not be able to retain the things and it will be really difficult to perform well in the exam. Last, which I want you to avoid is last mistake, lacking a clear game plan. Now what do I mean by this? When you start preparing, you need to prioritize things, you need to strategize your preparation. बहुत सारे लोग क्या करते हैं, they start their preparation with ESI. Very wrong. ESI static, it's having a very less weightage in the exam. You must start with ESI current affairs if at all you want to start with ESI. You must start with finance rather, FM, which is almost a static subject. And second kind of mistake which people do is कि current affairs उन्होंने अभी से पढ़ना शुरू कर दिया. No doubt these current affairs might be relevant for you, but I think पहले आपको static portion cover करना चाहिए, then you should start current affairs later, because the current affairs that you are reading now might not be relevant for the exam. Say if exam is held in next year in April, these current affairs which you are reading now, जितना आप उसको रट्टा मार मार के याद कर रहे हैं, these might not be giving you any value in the exam. 1 year is recommended, but 6 months is something that should be at the top of your mind. तो आप अभी करंट अफेयर्स ना शुरू कर कुछ और पढ़िए. करंट अफेयर्स मे बी यू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम 1st अगस्त और 1st सितंबर, देन मे बी रिक्वायर्ड वंस यू हैव डन ऑल द सिलेबस यू कैन बैक ट्रैक. आप सितंबर से शुरू करके सारा कुछ हो गया है, देन यू कैन रीड फॉर अगस्त, जुलाई, जून, मार्च, अप्रैल, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन हाउ मच टाइम यू हैव, बट एटलीस्ट यू वुड बी प्रायोरिटाइजिंग द थिंग्स कि पहले क्या करना है, बाद में क्या करना है. सो देयर शुड बी अ प्रॉपर गेम प्लान. अपनी वीकनेस को देखिए, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दैट वीकनेस इफ यू नीड टू प्रैक्टिस मोर टेस्ट ऑन क्वांट, मोर टेस्ट ऑन रीजनिंग, डू दैट. अगर कोई चीज स्ट्रेंथ है उसके ऊपर और प्रैक्टिस कीजिए. मेक दैट समथिंग नो दैट विल क्लियरली गिव यू एन एज ओवर अदर्स. तो गेम प्लान बहुत जरूरी है. एग्जाम की तैयारी भी किसी स्ट्रैटेजिक थिंकिंग से कम नहीं होनी चाहिए, ठीक है. एक कॉर्पोरेट वॉर की तरह है ये भी. लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर कंपीटिंग फॉर जस्ट सम number of seats which might be in single digit also, right? So I hope अब आप अपनी प्रिपरेशन जो करेंगे, ठीक है, उनमें ये मिस्टेक्स नहीं करेंगे. and in case you need any help you can email us at hello@edutap.co.in or you can call us at 814620721. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Keep yourself safe. हालत बहुत खराब है. So last thing which you would want is कि कोविड हो जाए किसी को और अराउंड 30-40 days इज लॉस्ट ऑन बेड रेस्ट. तो प्लीज अपना ध्यान रखिए और इन मिस्टेक्स को भी जरूर दोबारा सुनिएगा एक बार, सो दैट यू आर वेल वर्स विद कि आपको किस मिस्टेक को नहीं करना है, ताकि आपकी प्रिपरेशन एक इफेक्टिव प्रिपरेशन हो. बाय बाय.